So hi everybody and welcome back. This is a full game tutorial series for absolute beginners, and this is video number 4, and in this video we talk now what mistakes many beginners make when they think about a simple game, because we already talked that we want to make a very simple game. We want to reuse assets, we want the reuse assets, and we won't probably follow a tutorial to understand all the basic, because it's hard to analyze many games as a beginner. But there is one more thing which is important to talk, and I want to show you this fast, because I decided to make a very simple game. It is this one. And what is the mistake what many make here when they see something like that? The mistake what many make is they said, this looks so simple, we have to add there more to make it more interesting, right? That's true in a way, but important is, first of all, you have to think about your time. For example, this tutorial which I want to make here, this game in this tutorial series which I want to make here is 2 weeks. I want not spend more than 2 weeks for this game, which I fully release and probably release in other platforms as well. So to think about that means you can't do all your put in all your ideas, which means if I start something like that and I pause this, you can see this is very simple, very nice. But when I pause this one, I could make here millions of more. I can build in millions features to make this look really advanced, right? I could make here, I don't know, nice graphics. I could make here, let's play this again. I could make look this character here much better than just a square, a black square. I could make interesting obstacles, different kind of obstacles. I could add here many different kind of levels and something like that, right? And many beginners have this problem that they have many nice ideas, really creative nice ideas. But why I say it is a problem, because when we take in the time which you have, this will cause you that you will never be finished, or you will be never satisfied with your game, because you say, boy, I could make this, I could add this, and you could indeed. But the problem is, all time if you find a new idea, you will be not finished with this game, and this game will never release. And that happens to many developers. And how to avoid this, and that is the point what I'm talking right now. There is different ways how you can avoid this, but one way which we are using, at least I'm using in this tutorial, is we will make first, before we are applying our ideas, a core system. A core system means exactly that what you can see here. This guy here made here exactly a core system. What is a core system? A core system is, he shows us the gameplay, he shows us here the points, he shows us here your life, he shows us here some options which you can click, he shows your score, and when I resume, and that's it. That is a core system. It is not beauty. What I mean with beauty is, of course, like you can make here nice graphics, nice things, and so on. But he has implemented all core features. For example, here's my score. When I die, I'm short invisible. And then music, my score system here. When I die again, it pops up this restart menu. Or let's restart this fast. Here I can click this option menu. It is pausing, and then it shows me this menu. So you can see that is called something like a core system. A core system means it is not beauty, it is not perfect, it is not polished, but it works. It works, and it is, and you can almost deploy it, almost, because this one is deployable. If you say no, that's not true, it is true, because if you watch their older games, in the stores, there are games who look similar like this one and was even a success, if you believe it or not. Because sometimes it must be not look absolute astonishing beauty. Sometimes something simple can work, right? And that is our goal as a starter, as absolute beginners with no knowledge. We make a core system, and then you can, after we finished our core system, we say, okay, we have ideas. For example, we can make now, like in this case, let me show you this one here. I have the idea, let's pause it here. I have the idea, hey, we can make this square an absolute nice, I don't know, a sprite which looks really cool. But to make this sprite looks really cool, that takes work, which you have to spend in any 3D software, where you draw this, then paint this, then find this, and then import this. And then you can say, we can make nice obstacles. Yes, that takes work. You can make these obstacles look really different shapes, cool, looks very cool. You can draw here very nice things. Yes, you can. That it looks astonishing with, I don't know, gives a feel that you are one time in a different area. But this takes time. This takes all time. And this kind of stuff at the start you don't make. You say, I'm finished with my core, like so, like he did here. This is the core. And then, cool, we have made the core. But what I would add here more to the core is, for example, we need add later here a goal. Of course, you have here the goal, here the points, and this points is perhaps, that's enough. I think that's also the core. You're just showing the points, and you can see, for example, your max score here, and you can say, hey, wait a minute, but we could make something like a high score. But this high score system is again time, which you can add later, right? Or you can say, what is when we die here? Let's die one more time. You can see he implemented here even invisible mode. For example, here after you died 2 times, he made here this option, very simple, restart, menu, or quit, which is good. This is the just core, and I would say this, what you see here, is almost possible to deploy. Almost, because I say we can, yes, it is almost deployed. We can add here perhaps 1 more level, 2 more levels, so that the player who is downloading this one is not saying, hey, there is only 1 level where I can play it and that's it. Perhaps adding here 1, 2 more levels, but the same style like this one. Very simple, straightforward, and like this. And after you finish this core system, so then where you say, okay, the core system, it's very simple, it's very simple, it's very simplified, but we can deploy it. Then you are going and pack it, then you pack this and test this, because then there is something like a test phase. Because sometimes, and that's very important too, sometimes it works in your editor, but on your packed version it is sometimes not working. Very strangely things happens. Yes, that happens, and then you have to figure out why it's not working. So with other words, what we have to do is really create the core system, pack it, test it on our target system. For example, if you want to test it on your desktop, then you will pack this one for the desktop. If you want to pack it for mobile, then you need to connect a mobile to your PC and test it on this mobile. Because there is the problem, like I said, sometimes it works in the editor, but later you have set up a wrong packaging setup or something like that, and later there are features which are not working on the target platform. And the way you handle this normally is you all time test it, not at the end. You are testing it during this development, but that can cost also time if you have only 2 weeks. That's why I will not go into this testing phase during the development in this case, because it will be a very simple game. And if this one is not working during this 2 weeks, that does matter because I'm making anyway the core system, and the core system means it can work, it can be deployed, but my goal is perhaps later, because it's just the core system, and I hope that I have enough time to add more things later into it. Let's say I'm finished with this one here, our goal. We have made something super simple. I added here perhaps 2 more levels like this one, so that I simulate a variation, so that the player, perhaps I don't need this, perhaps I made it exactly like this person here, because this one is really deployable already as a core system and almost a finished game. But of course I will provide this one as a free game, because if you make some kind of games like this, make them all-time free games, not paid games, because you will probably nobody find who is paying for games like that, because this kind of games, there are million variations of games like that, but we don't care about this. Our goal is just to learn also creating a full game, deploying and learn all the steps which comes also with the target platforms, all these other things which we can't learn in Unreal Engine 5. So I think you get the idea. We as a beginner need to do a core system. A core system means all your nice creative ideas you write in a separate paper or file, and you are not applying them. You are creating first the core system, then you try to pack your core system, and then you test this core system. If it's finished, if you say I can deploy the core system on a forum, then you are testing this one first on the PC, for example, on your here, you're just packing it and testing if it's really working, because like I said, it is not all time working, because sometimes it's working in the editor and you get surprised what happens when you are packed it. And that's why we are making the core system, and after we finish the core system, after we finish the testing with the core system, then we know, okay, we packed it, we tested it, it worked. So after that, and then you look your time, because like I said, we make a game in 2 weeks in this case, then we can add other features. If you say I have time and I can add perhaps some features, but careful again, if you add features, watch again time, add one feature and not too much features, all step by step, add one feature and then make a routine for packaging. Perhaps packaging routine means just that you set up already so that you can just click package and then test it automatically with the new feature. So it should work also when you add something, because that can happen also that you tested the core system and then you add features and then all breaks. That can happen too. That means you have of course we need also a setup I mean a recovery setup of all things, but we talk about this later. And important in this video is that you understand we will do something like this in this setup, and I really think I will not add a level, because this person here who made this one presenting an absolute core system which is already deployable and testable. So I would make something like that, and you can see it is not difficult, but we are finished, and that is our goal. I will be finished with this game. I will deploy it, test it, and later I can add all my creativity to it if I have time. But that's very important. Later, after you finished all the core systems, right? The core systems, it's tested. We can use this one. We can deploy this. We have created screenshots. We have created other things which is necessary to provide informations. Like, don't forget, we're finishing. Oops. Let me show you this one. With finishing these games, we are not finished. That's why we make this core system. We have, for example, register to the site. We have to upload this one. We have then to create screenshots, to provide here perhaps even a trailer, perhaps even informations, and this costs all time too. So this is a special work, and yeah, that's why we are concentrating at the start for a course system. And with that said, I think I stop this video here, and you should concentrate when you are doing a game as well, only for the core system, and all the creative things, write them in a special place and don't use them. Just make it start the core system, because you will see you will not have time if you use all your creativity at the start. You will run out of time. So with that said, I stop here for this video. And in the next video, we will talk a little bit more about planning what kind of game we want to make. Better, I know it, what kind of game I want to make, but yeah, we will see what kind of game you want to make. With that said, if you have any complaints or any tips and tricks like all time, write it in the comments. See you in the next, where we continue with our development. Bye.